Hello, I'm Jomika, and welcome back to another BrokeRock episode. I messed up the very first clip of this video, and I'm recording this at the very end. But today what we're going to do is build a sheep farm, or wool farm, I guess. We don't really need a bunch of wool, but I figured I'm going to be filling in the inside of this building, and why not get all the colors of all the wool. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. I hope you guys enjoy the episode, and yeah, feel free to let me know if you have any comments down in the comments section below. Okay, we are on our way back. We got quite a bit of dirt and grass. We can get rid of that, and that. We'll keep the dandelions because I don't know if we have yellow dye or not, and we're going to want that for the sheep dying. Not like dying, like death, but you know what I mean. Changing the color. So let's head down or up. We are going to head up, and I'm going to decide where I want to do the sheep farm. I'm going to make sure I have it planned out a little bit. I have not started any planning yet. Usually I start before the episode, do all the planning, and then get started on the episode. But today I kind of did it backwards. Started the episode, and then I'm going to plan it now. So I'm going to kill this zombie, and then, yeah, we'll get that figured out for where the sheep farm is going to go. Okay, so I have this area set up for all the sheep. Each one of these little holes is going to hold sheep, and this will be the grass piece that the sheep eat to grow their wool back. And then there's going to be grass up here so it can grow down, and then underneath, which I have not done yet, there will be more grass right here at this level, and that will grow up. So the grass, so the grass can grow up at a faster rate, and it has more pieces since it can grow up at a diagonal. We'll need to get rid of that one. So yeah, grass will grow from here to there, and it shouldn't be an issue. I did some testing. I will have a tutorial coming out probably at the same time as this episode, so keep an eye out for that, and you can see how I built this farm. But I am going to need some glass. I am going to need some sheep and a little bit of redstone. So the glass is going to go here, and there's also going to be glass in the middle, but I'll get to that a little bit later. Why don't we just go ahead and do one of these little modules first, and then we can move on to the next area and kind of get that going. So I'll start with this one, show you how it works, and then we can get all these filled in and get all of the sheep in. I'm going to have to do a lot of dyeing, sheep dyeing and breeding. I should actually go to the Nether and pick up those sheep. So why don't I set up another portal? We can take those sheep I got in the last episode and then head up and bring them to the sheep area. And I'm going to find this little pressure plate. I have a feeling somebody may have been playing a trick on me because this shouldn't be happening. So I'm going to do some searching for this while I'm over here, and we can figure that out. I think I realized what it was. I think there's something. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. And you guys are the ones that are activating the pressure plate. So if we get rid of you, I'm assuming there's no more pressure plate noise. So that one clicked, that was me. Unclicked. And we should be okay now. That one didn't click. So yeah, back to collecting supplies now that I've figured that out, and we can kind of be in our base without going crazy. I was gonna say, that's pretty It's actually a pretty good prank to pull on somebody. Just something that will constantly make a little bit of noise. But yeah, now that we fixed it, we're okay. So I can collect the supplies I need and get going on that. I know we said we were going to do the portal, and I think we'll go ahead and start with that because we need to get sheep going, get enough of them, and yeah, we can use those as we go. Alright, we have the sheep in. I went and destroyed all the overworld portals I had here, so they would for sure come into this area. Let's go ahead and break that in case they get under there. They don't suffocate. We don't want them going back in the portal. If I get them in here, they should be okay. But I think what I'm going to do is build a little platform above, somewhere up here, so we can kind of keep track of them and breed them and then put them into the correct little breeding chambers. Or not breeding chambers. These are going to be their wool little, I don't know what we'll call them. Basically where they're going to sit and wait to be sheared and eat the grass and all of that stuff. We are going to need some more glass, which I should have. Did I cook some up? Nope. Do we not have any glass? We have one piece here. 3 pieces. Oh, I'm going to need one more of these. I broke it without silk touch. Can get rid of the leads I had. We'll probably need those in the future, but we can always come back and get it. So, alright. Since I can't find that, I'm going to get... I'll just get all the observers. We're going to need a little bit of redstone dust, some torches, and I think that's really all we need. What do we need? We need the observer to detect when the grass is updated. We need rails to pick up. We need mine carts and dispensers. Yeah, there was a lot more that we needed that I totally forgot about. So yeah, I will get the stuff we need and I'll meet you guys back up there so we can actually build one of these modules. Alright, we have one module complete. We're going to need one of these. Totally lied. It is not complete yet. The top part is done. It just needs the sheep in there. So the sheep will go down there. When that grass updates, it will send a pulse to this right here. So if we break this, we can actually hear that fire. Just kidding, we won't hear it because we have shears in there. And when things are in there, it'll only make noise if it fires. It'll make noise if it is empty. So right now we should hear a click. There we go. So that is working. So anytime that grass is eaten or grows back, it will fire a tick and the shears will go and then it will get those sheep. So if we gotta go down here, super simple here. There's just the observer pointing into the grass block that they're gonna eat. So this one is nothing. This next one will be an area that they can eat. Above here will be a redstone torch. So this observer will power this block and that will go into the torch. I know this kind of seems like a tutorial, but I promise it's not. I will make a tutorial on this probably as soon as I'm done with this episode. So place the redstone torch there, place a block, place that. Did not mean to do 2 of those. And we can actually use sea lanterns because they are, I don't think they're supposed to be, but they are things we can use. Let's go ahead and place this up here. We can get that one like that. So if we listen, we can try, we'll do the sea lanterns first. So that clicks, that means it worked. And then if we try the glowstone, we don't hear anything. So that just means the glowstone kind of acts like it's supposed to. The sea lantern acts as a full block. So it's kind of nice. It can pass redstone through it and also act as a light source, so we don't have to have a light source and another block behind there. So the next step is going to be hook up all the stuff we need to collect everything. I haven't quite figured out how I want to do it exactly, but what I have is I'll probably do, we can actually get rid of that, and every other one of these we're not going to need. So that's all good. I'm probably going to do a little rail track with an unloading somewhere over here. We can do both sides, but basically the rail cart is going to go like around here. So this will all be rail, and it'll go, probably start somewhere here, go all the way around, back around this way, send it back, and then it'll unload, and we can send it down the middle into our storage area, and yeah, we can get that all set up. So I'll get working on that, and then when we come back, we should have a mostly complete little farm here, and we can just work on the little minor details to kind of complete it and make it nice looking and working exactly how we want it. Alright, we have 2 sets in each little thing here, and that was the biggest headache of my life. Not really, but it is super difficult to get these guys in here. These 2 I got in as adults, which was much harder. These 2 were babies. They all started as white babies, or just white sheep in general. I just dyed these after they grew up, but we were able to convince them to go in there and block them off real quick with glass. Once they got in with the wheat, these guys I had to use pistons and all sorts of stuff to push them in. I ended up losing one because he suffocated in some blocks, and yeah, I had these set up like this, so it's just one high, and that's an issue with the adults. So I'm going to move them all up to this level, and hopefully I can sneak them in just on their own, and then we can block them off, and I won't have to use any pistons. I do need to feed these guys so we can get some more though. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty long process, I feel like, to get these guys all in place. And now you guys can all go in, but I need 2 more so I can continue to breed them. But yeah, I'm going to continue to work on that. Hopefully it'll go a little bit smoother. And while I'm waiting for them to grow up and be able to breed again, I'll work on the other side. And yeah, hopefully we should be mostly done in the next little clip. Alright, we have all of the sheep in place. It took, I don't even know how long. A couple hours probably. Actually, maybe not that long. I don't really know. I'll have to look. But we have every single sheep there. We're just waiting for these 2 to grow up, and then once they do, they will become the orange and the lime green, or I guess it's just lime now, sheep. And if we head down, we can take a look. This was the white sheep. They were in first, and we got 54 wool from the 2 of them, 46 yellow, 48 red, 15 green, and it should go down from here just because these were the most recent sheep that were dyed and the shears were added and all that stuff. So these 2 should be empty, yeah. So we're getting there. There is a thunderstorm now, I'm waiting for this grass to grow. This grass finally grew. That creeper almost got hit. It looks like almost there. We're waiting. I don't want to open this up because I don't want the sheep to escape. That would be like the worst thing. Maybe I could just do this. Let's take this out. Try to speed up this process a little bit. That should be fine. If we give you some wheat. Yeah, you're just getting... The big guy is stealing all the wheat, so that's not going to work. We'll just have to patiently wait until it grows up, and then we can dye it. And then this farm will be not done, but it'll be working. I don't know what I want to do for a design. I mean, this looks kind of cool, but maybe we want to build it up a little bit, kind of hide it. Maybe put some blocks here like this or something. I totally missed that first one. I don't really know. But yeah, we'll get those dyed, and then once they're dyed, we can figure out the design and finish this farm up. And those two just grew, so I'm gonna dye them. They're not always the most easy thing to do, just because, yeah, we got the one, they're like fighting for the Z index is fighting, so they're kind of like on top of each other, inside of each other. So this one just doesn't want to collect his dye. So I have to come around here, break all the stuff, and then there we go. That one was actually pretty easy. I think it was this gray sheep here. Took forever. I broke all the way around. I couldn't go on this side, which I'm guessing probably would have worked. But it took forever. We finally got there. We got the shears in place. These need shears now. And we have these shears waiting for when those two grow up. And we can give them the lime dye. So I'm going to do that. And then once that is done, we can call this farm basically pretty much done. Unless we want to do a design. We've got a little spider hanging out on the boat there, waiting to go for a ride. So yeah, I'll wait for these guys to grow up, and then I'll join you back in a second. Well, we had an escape. I got impatient, and I decided I would try to feed him. And as soon as I opened it up, he jumped out. I thought he was getting hurt. And yeah, once he was out, he grew up into an adult. So now we're struggling to get him back in here. I'm not really sure why I'm having such a problem doing this, because I've done this before a few times and we just push him right in and it's no big deal. But for whatever reason, this guy does not want to be pushed into that area with his friend. So yeah, I'm gonna be struggling with him, hopefully not too much longer, and we can finish this guy up. But yeah, he is being a handful, so we'll see what happens. Alright, we have everyone in place now, and everyone is working. They're all sheared. Looks like, yeah, every single one of them is sheared. One thing we can probably do is give them some wheat and breed them together. That'll increase the rate at which they create all the wool. But I'm not too worried about that, just because we already got a bunch of wool. I'm never really going to use that much of it. So I'm not going to actually breed them up. We have plenty of it, just to keep us going for any projects we decide we want wool at. And this has only been like a couple hours at the most. So yeah, while we're running around the base doing things, this will continue to work and we'll get even more wool. I can get rid of this. We don't need that. But yeah, we have every color we need. I thought it was 16 at first, but it ended up being only 17. Some of them were duplicates, like the black dye and ink sacks. Both produce black. Brown dye is the same. That's cocoa beans, I think. And then white dye is bone meal. And I think that's all. Oh, lapis. That's the other one. The blue dye and lapis, which it doesn't look like I have a blue. So maybe I missed one. I'll have to go back and double check. If I did miss one, that's going to be pretty fun to get another one in there. Maybe I missed 2. I originally thought it was 16, and then I double checked later, and I was like, oh, there's only 14. But it looks like I maybe missed a little bit here. This is light blue. This is like magenta, cyan, and yeah, it looks like we don't have a regular blue. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But I've run out of time for today's episode. So if you liked the episode, be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already and don't want to miss any future episodes, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next time.